This is Good Chat, a conversation where Sunday truth meets our weekday lives.
It's been good talking to you. It's been good talking to you.
Well, to a new season.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All right. So this Sunday.
Yes.
And Doug.
And Doug.
The-
in fine form.
In fine form as always.
Usual.
As always.
Yeah.
The first thing that hit me that sort of like anytime someone preaches, I don't know if you feel this way, where it's just like it triggers an idea and then all of a sudden you just start going down the road.
Yeah.
And then you have to try and tune back in 15
Yes.
minutes later.
Yes.
Like, how did we get to this point?
Right.
Fortunately, his felt all cohesive enough, which is a unique form for Doug as well.
Yes.
But the hero Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one, and the emphasizing of what that means, and the example with his sons as well, which I've been that son too. Like I get it.
Yes.
But I love the like I'm saying something that's important and I need you to listen right here. It's not open your ears, intake it, and then move on with your life sort of thing, which I kind of feel like is most of what when God speaks, like, listen, it's important. But this one felt the way that he set it up, what it got going in my brain was like, I'm telling you something so foundational in your life that this is not just a like added piece to your habits or your like another thing to do in your day on top of everything else you got going, kind of like what Doug was saying. But this is like a full-on filter, foundational shift in everything that you are and have.
Yeah.
Like Western culture we live, it's an us culture. It's a deep introspection, not even introspection, but just really obsessed with ourselves type thing. And so we're constantly thinking through the filter of me and how I'm experiencing things and stuff.
Yeah.
And what I took away from that was God saying, I am here regardless of how you feel. And regardless of that, I'm here to tell you this is the filter of your life is me. Like I am at the foundation of everything that you have. And then further down the road of like everything that you have is his, is made from him. Like he is always the next level to what you think you've done in your life. God has done even more to provide that for you in that space. And so it's just like this profound, huge, like, listen, I am everything that you'll ever need and ever want. I am all of it. Live your life.
Yeah.
Like understand how huge this is. You know?
I was really struck by the preparation for what they were about to enter into. Mm-hmm. And the call to, a reminder of what they've been through. Yeah. And in that, listen up. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was really cool. And I liked how Doug kind of talked about how they're going into this place where these vineyards, they're all healthy. They're all ready to go. They're all ready, they're not going to be yours. And suddenly your lives are about to get super busy. Yeah. And we could relate to that, right? Like these homes and these, farms and these, just the work. Like I could relate to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm probably, a worse Christian than everybody else. That, oh my gosh, I struggle so much with the task list. Yeah. Like in the morning, that's the first thing, I often will wake up with like, and stay awake because my brain is like spinning on, oh, I got to do this and I got to do that. And what's my daughter up to and what's going on there, and then if I'm not careful, I'm just moving into my day, like with my brain fully committed to the task list. Yeah. And it's just so cool how God then understood the struggles we were going to have. Like there's nothing new under the sun, He's preparing them for what I know what is going to be a struggle for you. The distraction of all these good things. Yeah. Your home, this and these beautiful vineyards and these things you're going to go do and how it just is so applicable to our lives now. Yeah. The details are different, but so many good things. So many good things.
I find it so interesting that like I can get task listy too. I'm also good at sitting on a beach, but
Oh, I love sitting on a beach too. Yeah. I don't know
like,
what Doug's problem is with.
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
it's amazing to do
Yeah.
that. Maybe I go too far with it sometimes. But it's the whole like slowing down our mind. It's not like God can't keep up with the pace that we do
Yeah.
things at. You
Yeah.
know, like it's
Yeah.
so it must be something else that he's trying to pull us back for often.
Yeah.
Like when we want to speed through and when we get distracted. He knows our limitations, absolutely. But I think there's also this bit of like, God wants us to sit with something for longer than 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, like, because maybe there's something more important about each step that we're taking rather than the completion of all the tasks that we're doing.
Yeah, that's good.
Which is hard for me to do, especially like I am not just when I get task listy about the tasks, but I'm also just super distracted.
Right.
So there's almost this other element of like, I got to get it done or else
Yeah.
I'm just going to lose everything in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the lesson that I sort of took away was then lose everything in the first place. Like
Yeah.
maybe there's something more important than what you're trying to get
Oof.
done at the end of it. You know,
Ooh, I hate that. I
right?
hate that. No, but it's so true.
His
It's
gift
so
to me and
true.
my gift to you.
Yes. Yeah. It is so true. My friend Nicole, she made this comment one time and it stuck with me. Like, God's the creator of time. He can make more.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm like, I'm going to put that to the test.
Yeah.
So in those mornings where, I like to sit down. I like to get up, grab my coffee, go
Mhm.
sit down, be in the Word, have a quiet time, and it's always better for my day.
Mhm.
It always is. But there are times when it's really hard. Like
Yeah.
right now, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Awana is coming to an end. Sunday school
man.
promotion Sunday is coming up.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be done,
Mhm.
and it's just hard. Those things kind of bleed into my brain. It's really
Mhm.
easy to go, you know what? I'm running behind today. I'm just going to get on this.
Mhm.
I don't want to disappoint people. I'm just going to go on with my thing. And I'll put my quiet time at the end of the day
Mhm.
or when I get home from work or whatever. And how
Yeah.
often does that work out exactly?
Yeah, seriously. And there's so many in ministry, there's so many qualifiers to it as well to give it more of an excuse of no, this is the important thing though.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is what I should be
Right.
hyper focused on and
Yep.
not paying attention to anything else.
Yeah.
But like we all do that too.
Yeah.
It's not just ministry. Everybody has every qualifier they can think up to just make sure that they keep doing whatever they need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it, like for me, part of it's just anxiety of either like I'm not doing enough and I need to amount to something to be
Yeah.
able to accomplish all these
Yeah.
things, or it's the anxiety over my family. Like I need to make sure like I'm covering every base that I possibly can for my family rather
Yeah.
than seeing how God wired us up as a family unit
Yeah.
to make all this
Yeah.
work in the first place. It's
Yeah.
just so weird. Like
I know. And just remembering that, the prioritizing of him, the
Mhm.
fallout of that is it affects all your relationships.
Right.
And how all those relationships that you want to give time to, that you're worried about
Mhm.
taking care of and doing so well, your relationship with your wife and
Mhm.
your child and all of that bleeds out of God's goodness.
Mhm.
And so if you're prioritizing him, he's giving you everything that you need
Mhm.
to do those relationships well.
Yeah.
And when you're not, you're
Oh,
just
yeah.
gonna be like a hamster on a wheel.
Let me tell you, I have a long history of burnout and I
Yep.
still
Oh, yeah.
deal with it.
Mhm.
And I thought I would have learned the lesson from getting my first sabbatical. No, didn't learn that.
How did that go?
The sabbatical?
Yeah.
The sabbatical was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was experiencing that sort of like slow down. Oh, this is what God always wanted for me. Like
Okay.
this is that rest in him and what it
Yeah.
physically looks like for my body, for my mind and spirit. And so I experience and then totally forget and come back into the busy.
Yeah.
You just swing right back into,
Yeah.
but I got stuff to do.
Yep.
And yeah, testament to the forgetfulness. Like it's
Yeah.
so easy to forget good things
Yeah.
in our lives. And maybe it's because there's other good things and we're just prioritizing that. But it's like that, it goes back to you got to think about the foundation. You got to think about the fundamental. And I mean, it's essentially what you're saying is God is the head and everything comes out of him, all our energy, all of our ability and all that stuff. He's the foundation of life itself and every breath that you have. And I feel like that daily habit of remembering that can prompt us for the rest of the day to be like, off my shoulders. Yeah. These things are not mine.
Yeah. And I would challenge people to put it into practice. I've done that taking that little bit of what Nicole said to me is, that God can make more time.
Can you say it again?
She said, God created time. He can make more. Oh, man. And, I was like, yeah, I'm going to, I've just had these.
Can you slow it down too?
I know.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Just these challenges of like, you know what? I know I have a million things to do today.
Right.
I'm just going to be obedient. I'm going to have my quiet time. I'm going to do my very best to focus on it and just see like what is God going to do? Is everything on my task list just going to fall over like dominoes and fall off, and I'm going to forget things? And he's so good. He comes through on all of that, and it's almost like it's easier.
Yeah,
when I do, yeah.
Man, yeah.
I know.
So you got the morning. That's your first quiet time.
Yeah.
And is there anything else in your day that you add to that? Is there anything from that message maybe that's like prompting something, or is it just a good reminder?
No, it was a good reminder. And I think it just, the piece of that Deuteronomy 6 where it's like how to put that into practice.
Yeah.
It's like it should be kind of, woven into your whole day, like throughout your routine. And prayer is one of those. Yeah. And for some reason it was easier when I had kids, or maybe it was just a stronger practice because there's nothing like children. Yeah, nothing like children get you praying.
Yeah, well, that's true.
But I just when he was kind of walking through that, just this image of like being in the car and driving everywhere and praying and being in constant prayer is like, oh, I kind of miss that. Like I still do that, but I think I've allowed, noises to sort of drown out that time. Totally. And instead of just turning off the podcast, turning off the radio, turning off the Audible book, you can wait to see how it ends. It's like it's building in some quiet time where, it's just you and God. And even though you're doing something, you're driving somewhere or doing the dishes or, all those times, like there's beauty in those quiet times that give you an opportunity to, I think your brain just starts going. And for me, often it's, the concerns for others that start coming up in my mind. And I can use that time to just put a pause on that. And, instead of allowing the worry to just keep circulating around in my head, is just stop and actually pray for it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like me stopping to do the dishes or pulling off the road. It's just stopping my brain from me just worrying about it or thinking about it.
And doing both of those things doesn't require your whole brain to be able to accomplish it. So
yeah. And so it was a challenge to kind of get in the practice of that and maybe turn off the noise.
Yeah, I'm super guilty of that one.
Yeah.
I have a 30-minute drive too, so it's like I got plenty of time to be able to work both in, really, if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But the noise is so enticing and tempting and distracting. I think we like distraction to some degree. Yeah. Especially as the cool down from a work day or something, Right. When really it's like, why don't I get some good rest right now rather than some cheap no REM type rest.
Well, I don't know. Silence is uncomfortable. It's just so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it gets more comfortable the more that you sit in it and the more you practice at it. So
it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I got to do the same and turn off more noise.
Yeah.
And I think it's not even just the talking with God, it's the yielding the time over to him as well. I think is a critical point in it too, because my brain can still keep going if I want to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always struggled with with reading the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been a struggle for me. I could read like 7 chapters and get to the end and have no idea what I read, but I know what I've been thinking about, and so that's a constant. And I've learned little practices here and there. Somebody told me that, you know, either the things going around your mind, especially at the start of the day, is have a pad of paper or a journal or something.
I was about to say that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right next to you. So, you know, because your worry is like, oh, I'm going to forget that. And so you can't let it go in your head. And I'll do that. I'll just kind of jot down bullet point list as things come up, jot it down, and then just push it away and know it's there for me. You know, then I can still trust myself instead of God to bring it up. But it is a way of being able to just release it and know I can come back to it. And, little tricks like that.
And I think like yielding over what's actually important, God. Like what am I holding on that I can put on this paper and push away? And what are you going to be like, nope, pull it back.
Yeah.
I want to talk about it. Or, you know, I want to process it with you. Or I don't know. He does all sorts of things with the stuff we got going on in our heads. So I like that.
And for me, Bible study is, I mean, an actual Bible study where you're having to look up and try and figure out answers to questions, and definitely holds me accountable to not just like reading through and going, I don't know what I just read, you know. And hopefully God will use it.
And Bible studies with people, because then you got the added pressure of, well, I gotta be able to talk about something.
Yeah. But the other image it brought to mind, and it's one that always comes up when Deuteronomy 6. Children's ministry is very familiar with Deuteronomy 6, and they have reduced it to D6. So if I say that, that's what.
Okay.
Yeah, D6. Because it's sort of the crux of like, this is God's command for parents. Is raise them to know me and raise them in the truth, and it's the family's responsibility to do so, and we kind of, you know, in children's ministry is sort of where we point back to like, this is how God organized this institution of family is, you know, this command on parents to raise their kids up to know, love, and serve him. And so where does the church fit into that? And so that's kind of the, you know, the question that we're always, you know, and we've seen it culturally. I'm shifting away from my original thought, and
that's
now I'm on this, but we've seen this culturally, like the shift back and forth, and we talk about it a lot in children's ministry at conferences and things where the church has taken on too much of the responsibility, and you know, and now it's suffering at home, or you know, the rubber band effect, where the church is like, this is the parents' responsibility. We are not a spiritual dry cleaning service. Like, you know, just drop your kids off and expect them to be all cleaned up when you pick them up. And so then it shifted the other way with the church going, you know, I'm glad we don't have to do all that, you know, and so, you know, just a constant like trying to understand this is a support to what the family is doing, and so there is work to be done, you know, and all of that. But, so very familiar with D6, and but it just on that, you know, so when are you supposed to do this, and giving those examples, what came to my mind and what often comes to my mind is the drive home from school with my kids.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh,
so, I mean,
I haven't gotten to do that yet. But...
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's minutes away. We've never lived far from the schools that my kids have gone to. So I'm thinking maybe 10 to 15 minutes. And I often got accused of like, something would come up and, great, you know, thanks for the lecture, Mom. You know, but these were like moments to impart wisdom to my kids, and maybe I got a little too lectury at times. You'll have to ask Isaac and Ella, but and I'm sure they'll say yes. But
it's kind of their prerogative to ask your kids to say yes. Regardless.
I mean, but I think you need to take advantage of it. Even if you're going to mess it up and not do it perfectly, it's like. Take advantage of those opportunities. Don't let them be on their phones on their way home from school. And
don't be on your phone like as often as
while
you
you're
would
driving,
want them to be on their phones too. Because we're modeling everything for them in that time. Whether they see it or not, they'll see the fruits of it. And that's just as impactful and meaningful. I've started. Well, we pray over Winnie and we sing some songs. Jesus Loves Me and some other hymns in there. But it's starting to like expand and like how do we give more to her in those times, like in those moments? Is it just at bedtime and then maybe a VeggieTales or something else that goes on or whatever? It's like, no, like there's got to be more meaningful things. And so I'm trying to figure that. I told you about like our Monday rituals and stuff. I'm trying to figure out like how does it all fit in there? And it's one of the ongoing conversations I have with God right now is like, where else do you want to speak or how use me in that space? Right. And it might not look so clear cut as like, go to a scripture and read to her. It could be something much more practical, like this is how you love your kid, like, and this is how I love you. And so keep doing that thing. That
was my experience. I would get exposed to all kinds of things at these different children's conferences where I'd come home like, we're designing a prayer room. Everybody, grab the furniture, and my family's going, what are you talking about? And the richest times were like on the drive home from school, in bed at night, tucking them in, and committing to this might take a while and I'm tired, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Because the end of the day is like, you're just waiting for them to go to sleep. So you can, did it. And high five your husband. But those were the richest times. And a lot of it was prompted by them, like questions that they would come up with.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah. And again,
/ I'm also nervous about that. Like, I don't know.
They'll get you with some zingers. Yeah. And it's, the beauty of it is now you have an opportunity to tell them, I don't know. That's a great question. Let me think about that. I might have to contact the pastor and ask him.
Yeah.
And, but those were the richest times. And I think, I'd probably have to ask my kids, but my kids were involved in Sunday school and they did the Awana Bible studies and all of that. So they got a lot of exposure. But the richest time as a parent for me was in those daily, like routine times where I just committed to, creating some space. And they were for short. I'm talking 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe
it never feels like a lot, but time moves faster the older you get. So it's like, they experience it much differently than we do, regardless. Yeah. And it was definitely quantity. I'm sure there were quality times, but it was just like consistency, I think. Yeah, that makes sense.
Kind of throughout their day, but
and
it's a great picture of like, like Doug talked about of what our Father wants to do with us is just consistently build into us every day in these little moments.
Right. Little moments add up. Yeah. They add up substantially. Yeah.
You're going to do great.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
You are. You and your wife are going to do great. You're already doing great.
You're crushing it too, Karri.
I don't know.
You are.
Time will tell.
You are. You can accept.
I'm about to be a grandma, so I get to do it all over again perfectly with this one.
Yes, it's going to be flawless.
And really
this time
show
around.
off my skills. Yeah.
Well, hey, good chat.
Yeah. Thanks.
Good Chat is a podcast by Foothills Church located in Cameron Park, California. For more information about our church, visit foothillscp.org. Thanks for listening.